I'm from Shelbyville, Missouri. I came in because I'm having a lot of neck pain, headaches, fatigue, just kind of messed up overall. I'm 27. I'm a nurse at one of the hospitals over in Northeast Missouri. I gave birth to my daughter back in January of 22, and then about 3 months later I just started noticing that my head was starting to turn to the right. Probably other people didn't really notice it, but I noticed it. Just felt like I couldn't hold my head straight. And then it just kept progressing. By around May, my head was pretty tilted to the side. My ear was like almost touching my shoulder. I couldn't hold my head up unless I was like supporting it with my hand. I tried chiropractor, massage around July. That didn't really help. And then in August, I was just getting out of bed one morning and something in my back popped and it hurt really bad. So I ended up going to urgent care, got some muscle relaxers prescribed, and took some x-rays. Ended up going to an orthopedic doctor, spine surgeon, specialist. He took some more x-rays and determined there wasn't anything wrong that he could take care of, but he thought maybe I had something called cervical dystonia and I should go see a neurologist. So I got an MRI and went to the neurologist around September, and he just kind of looked at me and determined that I had cervical dystonia and suggested Botox. So in October I did 200 units of Botox just all around my shoulders, my head, neck. That didn't really have any results. So in January for the next round, he upped it to 310 units, same kind of all over shoulders, neck, head area. That still didn't do anything. So now it's February and I'm here. So I was just getting out of bed one morning, like every other morning. And it was just like when I raised up to get out of bed, something in my upper back, kind of in my spine area, just popped, and it was very sharp. It like took my breath away, and I could really not even lift my head off the pillow. Standing hurt, sitting, laying, everything just hurt. It hurt to breathe, take full deep breaths. So that was when I said I need to go to urgent care or something, get looked at, because I'd just been kind of ignoring the problem, and then that happened and I was like, I gotta do something, and then that kind of started this whole journey. That was like a 10. Yeah, that's why I was like, I have to go somewhere and get this looked at. It took a few days. I actually called off work, laid on the couch for a few days. I took high dose ibuprofen and some Flexeril, and after about 4 days it calmed down, and then I was back to my baseline. Number one is definitely the neck pain, neck and into the shoulders. The biggest amount of pain is here at the base of my skull. The base of my skull here is like very painful. Pretty much all the time it's hurting, and then it definitely flares up. Like today it's hurting pretty bad. Really the only relief is to like stretch it forward or like press on it, and it will, it burns up the top to the top of my skull. I get cramps here in my shoulders and my neck area. It just feels like a cramp you would get in your leg or something. I live with about a 6. It definitely can get up to like a 9, probably even a 10. There's definitely times where I just feel like I want to crawl out of my skin. Like it's so uncomfortable. Sudden movements can make it a lot worse. So if something like bumps my head, or jerking movements, if I'm sitting in the car and we go over a big bump or something, it like kind of jars me around. That definitely makes it worse. And then just the general, I feel like it gets worse as the day goes on, just because I'm tired and it's like wearing out, Yes, especially if I can't take breaks during the day. Yeah, so when I'm working, I feel like it takes me about 2 days to recover after getting done with the shift, just to get back to my bearable like level of pain. If I'm gonna take a muscle relaxer or like ibuprofen or something, I usually do that going into my shift just to like pre-medicate for the pain that I know I'm gonna have during the night. So, I mean, I'm a mom, I have a little 1-year-old, and so I'm definitely like tired already, but by the end of the day, I'm just really dragging. I definitely start at a 0 in the morning. It's very rare that I get out of bed feeling like super energized. I think it peaks like late morning probably, and I think that's because I'm up and like, you know, get going, and that's probably, I probably get to like a 7 at my peak. But by like 4 or 5 o'clock, when it's time to start thinking about, you know, getting dinner ready and like all of that, I mean, I'm usually just starting to feel like done with the day. Like, I'm ready to go to bed. Like, I probably have always had like lower energy levels. I've just, you know, made myself I've gone through college, nursing school, all of that, and I ran off of a lot of coffee, and yeah, I definitely wanted those naps, and I've always been someone who preferred to go to bed earlier, and I could sleep in later, higher sleep need, I guess, and still be fairly tired throughout the day. I've had headaches like my whole life, as long as I can remember. I just kind of thought they were just part of who I was, I guess. I get a lot of them like behind my eye, and then they kind of go up and then into the top of my head here. Like, a lot of times I just feel like if I could just poke my finger through and just like, I don't know, I could get rid of it. I could just poke the spot that it's hurting. No, sometimes it's on other parts, but it does tend to be like this top kind of crown of, or not crown of my head, but like just this top part of my head, and then my eyes and into my like forehead area here. Recently I've noticed this side a lot more than the right side. I would say when I get a headache, it's around a 7 or higher, and most, I would say like 8 out of 10 headaches, I would be nauseous, vomiting, sensitive to light, sound like I just need to lay down in a dark room, don't talk to me, don't touch me. I need like ice on my head and just be left alone. And it's been that way since I was a kid, like for as long as I can remember. When I was little, I would scream and cry, and then I would like be sick, and then I would sleep for a long time and wake up and act totally fine. And then when I did that as a kid too, like as an older kid, and even now that's kind of my pattern. And so she thinks probably I was doing that as a baby, probably having headaches. That's another thing I've kind of just dealt with my whole life. I just kind of thought I had bad posture, and so I just, you know, that was probably the root cause of it. Probably live at just like a lower scale, maybe like a 4, something like that. But definitely get up there more 6, 7 sometimes. It's just a general like discomfort and pain. It's not something that I've ever really felt the need to like address, I guess. I remember seeing a neurologist as a child, and they gave me some sort of medicine that I took, but I think it was like some sort of antihistamine, something, I really don't know. It was like a liquid that I just took, I think, every day. But again, I was a kid, so I wasn't really like in the know of, and I didn't do that very long term. I don't remember, like, I didn't follow through with that through teenage years or anything like that. I had braces as a middle schooler. I had 4 teeth removed, 2 on top and 2 on bottom, and then had braces. Overall, I'm doing a lot better than I was. My pain has decreased quite a bit. I have better range of motion in my head. I can at least hold it up on my own and look forward for the most part. So I think I'm doing overall a lot better than I was when I started. I think number 1 was the neck pain. It's definitely gotten better. I had a lot of burning and stabbing pain up into my head. That is gone. So I say it's about a 4 now. Previously it was like regularly a 6 out of 10, but it would get really bad, like 8 or 9 out of 10. I've had to spend a lot of time laying on the couch. It was really hard to get through the day. But I would say it's about a 4 out of 10 now, just pretty consistently. It doesn't go above that. Probably like a 60% improvement. I always had headaches growing up, but I haven't had any headaches since starting the treatment, so that has been like 100% improvement, which has been really good. So yeah, I definitely have a lot more energy. I can tell I'm sleeping better throughout the night. I wake up more rested, probably like a 6 or 7 out of 10. I mean, I go to bed at 9 or 10 at night, and I'm ready to go to bed by then, but I can still get stuff done throughout the day. And I feel like I can actually do stuff. I have a toddler, she's 16 months. We can go to the park, and I can like get out of the house, and I can get stuff done during the day too. I don't feel like everything's overwhelming me because I just have no energy. So it's been an improvement. It's probably about 25% better. I still get tension and tightness in my upper back, but I think overall things are improving. My shoulders are getting a little more even, things like that. It's improving. I have to fight it sometimes, but it's still spasms, but things are a lot better than they were. And like being able to hold my head up on my own, and I can get it to a forward facing position, that's light years ahead of where I was when I first came in. And other people even comment like, oh, it looks like you're holding your head up better, and you look like you're feeling better. So I did. Yeah, it's about 3 hours. That's the first time I've driven it by myself, and it wasn't too bad. So, and I can, look in my mirrors and things like that, because turning my head and stuff has been an issue in the past. So I would say it's meeting expectation, because this is what has worked out of anything that I've tried. I'm a lot better than I was when I started, and nothing else that I was trying was working at all. Like, I was just getting worse. So I'm not getting worse, and I think I'm actually getting better. So that is exceeding my expectations, I guess, because this was kind of I don't really know what else to try. So I've seen other people have improvement using this treatment and coming to Dr. Raman, so might as well give it a shot and see what happens.
'Cause it shouldn't hurt to smile when your bite is alive.